This is Eagle Al, and let's get straight into it, man. I'm sorry I'm making this video. I know it's a lot of B. John Robinson fans out there, but I will take Gibbs over Robinson. Here's why, man. First, you don't use a 10th overall pick on the running back. If we get B. John, or if we decide to get him, you got to trade up that 30th pick. The big difference between the two is that I think Gibbs is more of a, whereas though Gibbs, I think he hit the hole better personally against Robinson. Robinson probably run harder, but Robinson is very hesitant when he run. He tried to wait for a hole to open, whereas though that would kind of work with our O line. Our O line is obviously way better than Texas, because I went back and watched B. John Robinson game versus Alabama. Like, okay, that was one of his worst games. Ran the ball 21 times, but he only averaged like 2.7 yards per carry. Now, they O line doesn't help them a lot, but what I realized is that B. John Robinson don't have a burst. He don't have that burst. He don't have that next level gear he could get into like a Gibbs. But you gotta feed him and feed him and feed him. He'll get it going. But if you know Jeffrey Lurie, if you know our offense, Miles Sanders only had 2 times where he ran the ball over 20 times. B. John Robinson got a game he ran the ball 30 times, and he got about 9 games where he ran it over 20 times. So if we hand the ball off like how we did with Miles Sanders, 15 times, 13 times, 17 times, it's not going to work for us. But with Gibbs, that will work. And also Gibbs is more of a RPO running back. He could get to the outside. Sure, he can run in the inside, but his best attribute is getting to the outside and beating you. That's not Robinson. That's not Robinson at all. So I'm going to show a play here where Robinson, what I mean by hesitant, this is against Iowa. Okay, they backed up like at the 1. They backed up at like the 1. Robinson, he's sitting back, waiting for a hole to open, and he actually loses yards. Now, the knock on Gibbs, and it's a benefit for us, because the knock on Gibbs is that he's not a high volume running back. Like he's not gonna run the ball 20 plus times each and every game. Gibbs will run the ball 9 times, get about 30 rushing yards, but he'll catch the ball like 9 times and get like 70 yards. That works for us more than a Robinson. And I'm sorry, you got a A.J. Brown, you got a Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. We're not giving you the ball 30 plus times. We're not giving you the ball 20 plus times. So, also with B. John Robinson, it's the burst. Like I said, he doesn't have that gear to go second, just second, third level gear when he's out in open field. So I'm going to show a play right here. He's in open field. He can get this, but he get chased down. Now let me show a play where Gibbs is in open field. No offense, I see why the Giants don't want him, because Daniel Jones don't really have a weapon, so you could somewhat feed a B. John Robinson. But when you're paying a quarterback 40 plus million, you want to see his talent more than the running back's talent. I see why Cowboys want B. John Robinson, is because Dak, I won't say Dak is not as good, but Dak best years is when he had a dominant running back like a Zeke Elliott. So I get why they would want him, or like a Washington would want him, because you got Sam Howell. You want to surround him with as much talent as possible. I see why certain teams want him. But our system, our offense, even though our offense is run first, we split the runs between running backs. I don't think that's a benefit for Bijan, but I think that's a benefit for Gibbs. So I like Gibbs. If you could get Gibbs early second or with that late first rounder, I wouldn't be mad at it. I can live with that. But Robinson, 20 plus times, 30 plus times running the ball, that just don't fit us. That's not Philly. And I like I said, I seen him human. I seen him come down to earth against a top tier defense at Alabama. I seen it. I seen him been very hesitant. I seen he can't get skinny through the holes. He runs hard, but if you look at certain running backs that run like that, that's just high contact, they shelf life in the NFL is not too long. I think of a Jordan Howard who ran hard, but his shelf life in the NFL wasn't long. You get somebody in the 10th round, you want him to be around the team for years to come. I don't think Robinson can do that. But Gibbs, late first round, second round, yeah, you want him around for long, and I think he got a better shelf life in the NFL than Robinson because he he can, he know how to protect himself better than Robinson. Let me say that he know how to protect himself. He know how to get out of bounds. Yeah, if we need him to run hard, he will. More shifty, take less hits. You don't have to run the ball 30 plus times. I think he's better at taking what the defense give him, better than Miles Sanders and better than Robinson. So, yeah, man, what do you think and how do you feel, man, about Gibbs over Robinson? I like Gibbs over Robinson. The more research I do, the more I'm starting to like Gibbs. I'm not one of those guys that like to get on the hype train. So I'm probably a little biased here. So, yeah, man, this is Eagle Al. I'm out.